Voltron Network.
So, shall we begin?
You are now tuned into Talking at the Movies with your hosts, Eddie, Salim, and Mo.
Real slim pickings.
Mo, I just want to. Can I just say this? I just want you guys to know that I miss you so much. I really do. You know, like when I lay at night, I think of you. You know, I hold.
What do you do when you think about it?
I've got like two pillows. I've got two pillows. One called Eddie, one's called Mo.
Oh, Jesus.
I just
make an Oreo out of me and Mo.
You stack them up.
And you're the cream.
Up,
no, thank you.
I wake up.
Oh no, he provides the cream.
So sometimes I wake up and there's some dribble on Eddie's face.
Why are we starting like
this? The other,
you don't want to hear
and the other time I wake up and there's I'm dribbling on Mo's face. Just hold you close to my bosom, man.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to Talking at the Movies. I'm Ed Reese Antonio.
It's your boy Saddam.
And it's Mo.
Mo was very serious. And it's Mo. Mo sounds like the Undertaker. And it's Mo.
Because I come to end your career.
Actually, speaking of ending career, did anyone see WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Eddie, you must have seen it.
Yeah, I saw
Please tell me something. How was it?
Some people liked it.
Was it WrestleMania without?
Yeah.
Was there no audience?
Yep, in that little performance center. It was weird because, speaking of The Undertaker, his match with AJ was filmed like a movie. Like it was offset. It was in a graveyard. And they shot it like a movie with all cuts and edits and everything in the camera. It was so fucking weird.
Oh, nice.
It was so weird.
Was it good though? Was it good?
You adjust to it, I guess. It's difficult for me because it just seems a bit too like movie-ish. So it's like you can't. I like the fake sport element of wrestling, whereas this was just cutting cameras and different angles and it was just, I don't know. What you been doing this week, man? How you been surviving?
Mo,
you're lucky, Salem.
Me?
You've got it the best.
Listen, mate.
I reckon Mo. Salem's got it the best.
Well,
depending on what you like.
Actually.
Depending on what you like. If the solitude is a problem for you, then Salem's got it the best.
Yeah.
If it's not a problem, then me and Mo are laughing.
Mate, I still find there's not enough time in the day, right? Even though I don't have a commute to work, I normally don't finish work till about 6, sometimes even 7.
Yeah.
What? And then by that time, like, you're having dinner, chilling out. I try and watch a film or something now instead of just TV, mix it up a little bit. Before you know it, it's time for bed.
It is annoying when you still have to work. It still eats up all that time where you could just be watching so much.
Well, I am actually on vacation as of tomorrow until I go back on Wednesday.
Oh, lucky boy.
Is this where you think you go back on Wednesday? Or do you actually go back on Wednesday?
No.
Mo, just take a couple of days off and we'll see you on Wednesday.
No, what they're doing is, obviously, we still have annual leave that we have to take, right? You get X number of days.
Yeah.
Just because you're not going into the office doesn't mean you're not actually working. So, for me, I'm really busy, so I'm actually looking forward to having some time off.
Okay. Well, Eddie, I've still got to go into work, man. I'm in the office.
Don't have to. You just choose to do that.
No, I do have to go into the office.
Choose to do this when you could just be at home.
If I don't go into the office, my boss that doesn't pay me anything gets really, really angry with me. Oh my God!
Because you live with that boss.
Today.
Is that why you go?
I have to. Look, if I don't go, normally she walks and I get in the car and I drive. So I say to her, you need to start walking to work now. So she walks for about an hour to get to work. And then once she's there, I'll sit down, I have my breakfast, sort myself out, and then I'll drive to work.
Well, why does she go to the office? She can do everything from home.
No. So mad. mind.
All right, okay. So here's the thing, right? If she doesn't go in, then she's going to start arguing and start having a seriously big, crazy wrestling match with her son. That's what's going to end up happening. Because he's working at home now, so she can't be in the same sort of compound as, surrounding with him.
Ain't like you're in a small house, though.
I'm so happy. This is why I'm so happy I'm by myself.
So what you guys been watching?
Let's go first.
Ooh, Joker J, it's your fault I didn't watch Ozark this week. I will blame you.
I
didn't want to watch it.
You've done Ozark, right?
I've done it, man.
Yeah,
done
so
it.
have I.
I just didn't want to watch
Eddie,
it.
Eddie, you might have to jump off, mate, for a minute while we discuss it, because it's just too good.
Yeah, that's fine. But I have to say, I just didn't want to. I just don't want to watch it. I don't.
Mate, forget everything.
Yeah.
Forget everything and watch Ozark.
I don't
Dude,
want to. I've had every opportunity.
What?
Because of Joker, what I'm saying, the reason why I'm blaming Joker J is because I started watching Psych
Has
instead.
you been watching Psych?
Yeah, I just decided, let me go back to Psych. I haven't watched it in years. And I've just been watching that. Like, I just can't, I'm not in the mood. I'm just not in the mood for the heaviness of Ozark.
Oh, you will.
What's wrong with Eddie, man?
Mate, I'm telling you now, Eddie, I think season 3 of Ozark is contender for show of the season.
So, what you're saying is better than Picard?
Well,
I said it's a contender. That's how good it is.
It's going to be Picard for both.
Yeah.
So what else?
We're going to get into the rest of it when we do our review for The Way Back. Thanks for
So
reminding me, Mom.
I'm assuming you've enjoyed Psych then.
Yeah, it's just an easy, breezy show. It's just one of those ones to easily just jump onto. Same with, also I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well. Catching back up with that. Yeah, that's all I've wanted, just light shows. I just haven't, I think The Way Back is the heaviest thing I've watched this week.
Right, let me get my little list out here, man. Right, so...
That much?
Future Man.
Oh yeah, you're telling me.
Future Man Season 3 return. I even texted you to say that it's back. So, it's a last season. The story is now done. It does have a finite ending. It's got the same problem as Season 2, but they handle it a lot better. So, like Season 1, we said it was lavish with money. They were outside and they had like all this out on location filming and all that sort of stuff. In Season 2, it was all cramped and they were all in one location for most of the time.
Yeah.
So Season 3 has that same problem, but they handle it a lot better, as in they still travel through time quite a bit, but it's always like in the woods and the forests. And it's just the costumes of the people that are around that change. And it works a lot better than Season 2. And Season 3 is very enjoyable. It's got the same sort of like that chemistry and the funniness, and all the characters are just absolutely great. And they do go through like various different sort of like adventures, and then they bring it to like a rock solid finish.
Sticks the landing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the ending is a little bit confusing. I think I'm not kind of like sure they got it right if you think logically about time travel. But they do this little skit right at the end credits, which I thought was pretty cool.
All right. What'd you give the season?
This season, I would give it, I'd give it a 3.5.
Respectable.
Yeah. Over the weekend, I watched another Jackie Chan movie, another one that I had never seen before, called Miracles. Or otherwise known as, it's got quite a few different titles. I think one of the other ones is The Canton Godfather and Mrs. Rose or something.
Yeah.
I love this film. I really like it.
Do you really? Do you really like this film?
My memories of this film are just so... It's like one of my happiest memories when I look back at my childhood.
It was one of our earlier ones. I think that's why. It's one of our earlier Jackie Chan movies that we saw.
No, I don't think it is. I think
for
it's
us.
Late 80s.
I mean, for us.
Oh, for you.
Yeah.
When I was watching it, I was like, okay, this must not be one that's directed by Jackie Chan, right? I go look it up, and it is one of his.
Yeah.
Because it's a very different type of Chan film. It's got plot. It revolves around plot. It's a comedy first, and the action. There aren't many action scenes. and a lot of the action is like late in the film.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's not your typical like Chan movie. I mean, he actually gets to act, I guess, for once, and the plot itself is quite ludicrous, and just gets more and more ludicrous as it goes on. And I've got to say, I think that this is, out of all the ones I've seen recently, this is the one I've enjoyed the least.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Well, even more than that friggin' The Protector. That dog shit movie that we shall never watch, Harlem.
I think you guys should still watch The Protector. I think you guys should still check it out.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Did you actually prefer The Protector over this?
So the Protector was a different type of film. So I think I watched The Protector, and I was what's the word? It was like just watching. You know, like how you sometimes do. You know, like Clint Eastwood is Dirty Harry. Now, just imagine Jackie Chan was cast as Dirty Harry. How would that work out? And
badly.
The Protector was almost like watching that play out. Whereas Miracles is a very typical type of Chan-style production, and I will say from the production values is absolutely fantastic.
Dude, the tea house fight when the guy falls off the balcony and hits the fan.
I know.
And then factory at the end with the ropes.
Yeah, but they just aren't. But there just aren't enough of those moments. It's mostly the plot, and the plot of Chan movies aren't usually the selling point.
I just, like I said, man, like some magical moments with that film Miracles. Even just the way it starts off and how he becomes the mobster. I just found that so freaking hilarious. What's the dude like throwing up on his back and he's like running around the place trying to get him out of the situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy, Mo. You crazy.
So, yes.
Maybe I'll watch the dubbed version, because apparently the international version is 20 minutes shorter or something. Maybe I'll watch that and see if that flows any better.
Out of 5?
Out of 5, I would say it's like a 2-hour movie, man, and it took me almost like 3.5 hours to get through.
You're going straight to the native language. The thing is, those old Kung Fu flicks, Mo, even in the 90s, you just go for the dub, man, because the dub adds so much personality. Part of the charm is that voice. It's always the same guy.
I'm very much.
It's not like anime.
It's
not like anime where you have to watch the source to really get the story. With this, it doesn't matter with these films.
Yeah, but I think you lose a lot of like the delivery and the
gain so much
and the sentiment.
The old school, like Mo, like looking back, like even when it comes down to Operation Condor, Twin Dragons, Miracles, all these movies, even Police Story, you watched them originally in their dub.
Absolutely, yeah, and that would have been the only way you could watch them back in the day. In fact, they've also just announced Operation Condor is coming in June.
Oh, that's one to get.
So I remember loving that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, another.
Yeah.
Anything else, man?
Yep, and I watched another 2 of the original Star Trek movies over the last week, The Search for Spock and The Voyage Home. Absolutely bloody brilliant. I really have forgotten how good these films are. Not only have I watched these films, but I've gone back to the first 2 that I watched and listened to the commentary tracks in the evenings as well. Just absolutely superb. Guys, like if you haven't seen these films in a long time, I highly recommend that you watch them.
Okay.
Especially that search for, especially the Voyage Home. You know, when you tell people like what the plot for that is, they literally don't believe that you're being serious, and then you're probably checking to see how gullible they are.
I know that I've seen them at some point, but I really can't remember those 2 films. I know one of them they come to Earth or something.
Oh, that's the one. That's the Voyage Home.
Yeah, that's the one where they cover Spock is like covered up, isn't he, with his.
Well, it just ties like a headband around his ears, right around his head. So his ears, like,
So are they in the? What year are they in then?
So they come back to like 86.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Yeah, to find the humpback whales.
Yes,
take them back.
God. That was not a good film, man. God.
That was a brilliant film. That is also, it was it's the highest grossing, I believe, if I recall correctly, out of the original, because it's really easy for like non-fans to watch as well. It is a good film. It's a very good film.
Okay. Is that your watch
Mo.
summer?
Okay. Yeah.
So there's The Way Back and Ozark.
So
Go for it, guys.
I'll give you guys a quick little rundown of what I've been watching as well.
Oh, you watched more than just
my next-
Ozark. I'm impressed.
Yes. I know much.
You
So-
watched half an episode of Sabrina as well.
So no, actually, Sabrina's done, mate. Sabrina's done, cleared. I reckon you guys should check out. We'll get back into Sabrina. You'll like it. So my nephew was saying to me and my sister the other day, like, let's sit down and watch a movie. I'm like, what movie do you want to watch? And he goes, well, this came out in 2018, and it was like one of Obama's best films. It's called Eighth Grade. I don't know if you guys know anything about this film. So I thought, well, okay, if it's like one of his favorite films, let's sit down and watch this film.
So what, it's a documentary?
My God. No, it's a movie. It's called Eighth Grade. I had a really difficult time with this film. It's basically about this young girl. She's obviously in the eighth grade. She must be about, I don't know, like 12, maybe about 13, 14. And it's just telling the struggle she's going through life when it comes down to social media and bullying and stuff like that. The message in it,
you realize you can never trust a politician when they say their favorite whatever, because you know that they're only saying what they know will be a respectable answer that could be broadcast on the news that they won't get in cussed for. You know, his favorite film was probably some stupid, goofy action, probably one of the Fast and Furious films, something dumb. But you can't say that. You can't say that. It's cussy. He has to come. What won an independent movie film festival award last summer? And they say eighth grade. Okay, that's my favorite film. Eighth grade it left me in tears. It was so amazing. Her struggle.
So this movie has got a 7.4 on IMDb and an 89 on Metacritic.
Yeah, so I get the message. The message is pretty simple, all right, when it comes down to kids finding it really, really difficult to navigate through life with social media, all right, and the problems of growing up and interacting with like parents and stuff like that. I get all that. I've seen this too many times, and it didn't do anything for me. In actual fact, right, I feel uncomfortable watching this film with my sister, because there were some scenes in it, and I'm like, oh, damn, I don't know, we should be watching this movie. And my sister's like, it's like the girl was like taking out a banana and she's practicing how to give a blowjob. And I'm like, sorry, I don't think we should watch this with your mom. And it's just sitting there like, hey, this is fine, this is no problem. And my sister's looking at me, I'm looking at my sister, and dude, it was really fucking uncomfortable. I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like that, well, you guys have, but like you want to just change the channel, but you don't have the bloody remote control. So I saw that.
Why did you just not get up and leave the room? You were that,
you have to conveniently, strategically plan out your bathroom breaks.
Yeah.
If things get comfortable.
Yeah,
he's
but
like a
if
guy
I did it
like
at that time, it would be just too obvious. That's why.
Go and do something else. Just say, yeah, not into this film, and that's it.
You just pick up your mobile phone and pretend you're looking at like a text message or something. And I've actually started on Lock and Key as well. So I'm about. Yeah, dude, what do you think of this? Because I'm actually enjoying it.
I'm only, I think, 2 in. I think I only started watching yesterday, but you know, it's interesting.
So I'm 3 episodes in. 3 episodes in, yeah.
Because a friend of mine I was talking to was saying how he really enjoyed it. So I thought, you know what? It looks like a little kids film. It's a kids show. It's like, no, it's actually pretty good. Man.
No,
I've heard that from a few people actually, that it's not as kiddified as you expect it to be.
Yeah. So
this is the interesting. Yeah, this is the thing about it, is that obviously you expect that, and that was one of the reasons why I had no interest in it. But put it on, and there's some scenes in this movie where I'm like,
sure.
Oh shit, did that just fucking happen? So like it's like a 15, like as far as I could tell.
Even when the dad gets shot, you think, Daddy.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, even that scene is like really well done. But that's what I've been checking out. I'm enjoying Lock and Key.
Can I just say, what did get me a little frustrated? And it's only like an episode 1 or maybe 2 spoiler. It's not a big deal. Is some of the people were reacting in an unnatural way, like the mum. She walks into a room. Now, Mo, let me ask you something. if someone calls you into a room, one of us or anyone you know, and they say, Mo, come in here. You walk into the room. There's a full size mirror, floor to, like a full body mirror. And you look into it and the reflection isn't reflecting you. It's doing something completely different. Would you not freak out? Or would you just be like,
about freak out, I'll be like, wow, what's up with that mirror, man?
Or would you just,
that?
would you just look at it and think, oh, that's strange. And then just stare at it. And then your reflection starts telling you to come towards it. Like, are you going to be dumb enough to just, without freaking out or saying, why is this happening? Why is this reflection doing this? You would just happily walk through into the mirror. You wouldn't do that.
Have you ever thought, like, how many plot lines would actually fall apart if people actually acted like they would in real life?
That's the difference between a good and a bad show or movie. Like, anything that's really good, people react naturally. That's the difference between certain directors or writers' stuff compared to others. So that did pee me off a bit.
Yeah, I do. And there is quite a bit of that through this, where the characters are acting slightly in a way that they really should be more sort of either wowed about or shocked or a bit more sort of freaked out. And they don't act like that. And that's one of the things that's also standing out to me. But I'm still cool with this. I'm going to see where this sort of ends up. It's almost as if, right, there's obviously these keys that everyone's got where you go find. Yeah. And if anyone gets them, it's like the Thanos glove.
It is. It's like you're getting a new Infinity Stone.
Or keys, Infinity keys or whatever. But that's how it feels like to me. But yeah, no, otherwise it's good. It's interesting. It's a nice sort of escape from all the crazy stuff that I've been watching otherwise. But yeah, so that's my sort of catch up. So Mo, do you want to do this Ozark?
Should we do Ozark?
I want you to admit something. I want you to admit this is all about you and has nothing to do with what is best for us.
You have done nothing but fight me on this.
I was trying to protect our family.
That is such a tired excuse.
Let's pause there. A marriage is only as good as its trust.
So you're moving money in the new casino, and you're asking me not to tell your wife.
In a nutshell.
I'm not your fucking marriage counselor.
Few people get my client's attention the way you have.
Wendy Bird.
I wasn't sure if I should call you.
If you can't get what you want with reason, you have to get it with force.
Broken promises got consequences.
Things are gonna get ugly.
Sometimes I think you forget who you're talking to.
Your husband is in great danger.
I don't need to go in there.
You need to take Navarro down. You lie to your wife. You lie to me. And you lie to yourself. What do you want?
Mo, how fucking good was this season?
That was absolutely fucking incredible.
Dude.
It took a couple of episodes for me to get going, I won't lie, right? But I think by about episode 3, I was like well into it. And I think the dude who plays the brother, like, he comes in and you're kind of like, oh, what shit character are they bringing in now, right?
Yes.
But oh my god,
the side characters that they bring on are so entertaining. I know we had the lawyer from last season, but we see more of her character obviously in season 3. And then you've obviously got her daughter's story, which is slightly a bit sort of, they don't develop that story too much, but it's there. But like you said, the brother and also the very interesting character, which you said, listen, wait until you get to episode 6, which is their therapist.
That scene is just brilliant, right? Where they just start screaming at each other and all the shit just starts coming out.
What was even more funnier, right, is when she pulls up in the
McLaren.
the McLaren. Oh, and she can't even bloody start it. I've got to really hand it to the writers, the directors, everyone that is on board. Obviously, all the actors in this, they really, like you said, her brother. Just really.
In any other show, I think the brother's character would have been annoying as hell. But you watch him go on that journey from like almost being normal to like really fitting into like life there, like really sort of like getting together with Ruth, kind of bringing her like some support, and then you watch him slide slowly into this sort of like abyss, right? And then it goes into this almost heartbreaking story where it's just him and the sister, and you realize at some point, maybe even before they show it to you, that you think, shit, she's going to have to make a choice, isn't she?
Yeah.
You're like, there's like no way she can do anything for him, and she's going to have to decide that he has to die.
Oh, okay. Maybe we want to throw in spoilers there, but absolutely, yes. Another thing that I really liked is Ruth's character. They keep on upping that sort of her development, and I'm really liking this. And I feel that she needed a character like this in her life as well.
She is awesome. She's absolutely awesome.
She's got the best lines, man. The best lines. The line, right, where she's basically screwing up their competitor. Well, the place that they were going to buy, the casino that they're going to buy.
Oh yeah.
And she basically screws up all their machines, and then Marty calls her saying to her, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then she basically turns around and gives him that long lecture. But the other thing is that how frigging composed is Marty every step of the way.
So Marty seems to have actually changed this season, right? Because like season 1 and 2, he was always like the really fast talker. He would like just be thinking and like just moving and just doing stuff all the time. This season, it's almost like he can't be bothered with that shit anymore, and he's a lot more sort of like calm and just looking at the big picture.
Well, even where it's almost as if he becomes where somebody should really break, like when he gets kidnapped.
Absolutely. So most people would have probably broke way before then as well.
But he gets that sort of lifeline, doesn't he, from the agent that screws up their account system or their banking. And there's that scene with the cartel boss who wants to basically figure out where his money is, and Marty's been put in that situation. But again, that new character that they've thrown in with the cartel dude, he's so fucking scary, man. He reminds me of one of my brother-in-law.
You do not want to see that dude come knocking on your door. Right. So got to ask you, right? Ruth's cousin, Wyatt. The scene, the scene I'm talking about, right?
Oh my god! You know what? I was gonna bring that up. Oh
you know what I'm asking?
Dude, you know what? Right? When I saw that, I saw, first of all, my thinking is the lady, like the old lady, sees him as her son, her older son,
Right.
And then when they're hugging and they start getting really close, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck are these to be doing? But Wyatt was like, oh, game, man. He really didn't care.
But you know what? If you actually think about it, I can actually see it from his point of view, right? He's lived in a trailer his whole life. His father was shitty to him. He's not had a great life. So there's this woman who's rich, who's like taking care of him, got this absolutely beautiful house, and he's actually bothered what happens to him. And you kind of think, I can understand that.
Yeah, see, I do get that. I do like.
And then he also says she was really good in bed as well.
Yeah, she again, even with her character, they're giving her. As you could see, they're amplifying her for season 4.
She's as psycho as they come. Like when she's sitting there and she's telling him like how she killed her husband, and then she's like, "Do you want to leave now?"
But oh my god, fuck the psycho side, bloody heck. Even Ruth says that you're a psycho bitch, aren't you? It's something like that. But when she gets the friggin' shotgun and puts it on the dude's dick.
Oh, and she's playing around. She's like, "Where is it? I can't find it. Oh look, there it is."
God, dude,
and then just blows it. Oh.
You know, and what did you think of the FBI agent who's trying to support Marty or trying to help him? And there's obviously that scene. You think to yourself, "Oh my God, Marty's getting out," and then that's where he gets nabbed.
Yeah, so you kind of think, "Oh, where's this gonna go?" Marty's like going with the feds. You kind of thinking, "Is this show going to take like a whole new turn or something?" But obviously, it was just a little diversion until the next bit happens.
Yeah. Now, what I was going to say is that I like that character because the previous FBI agents that have been on his case have been complete dicks. And here's somebody that seems like really freaking wants to help him.
Yeah. And one of those guys is obviously still around, right? Because they try and make it look like they try and frame Marty with the mob, don't they? To say it was Marty who set up his men.
Yeah.
The other FBI dudes. There's just so much going on in those 10 episodes.
So much.
Right. So one more thing, right? So you know Helen.
Yes.
She not Helen. What's it? Wendy? Sorry.
Wendy. Yeah.
So Wendy, the wife, right? So she obviously starts having this sort of like. She thinks she's having like a friendship with the cartel boss.
Yes.
So you know when he buys the ranch and he fucks up that horse.
Oh.
And she phones him.
God.
And she's like talking to him like they're partners, that they're on the same level, and he lets her have it. Like, I own you. You live because of me.
You could see that, like, why she felt that she could sort of let off a bit of steam at him, because their original conversation really felt like that he was trying to basically it felt like he was trying to be her friend. But really, this dude, like, when you talk about anything to do with money, partnership, he does not give a fuck.
No.
All right?
You would, after the guy spoke to you like that, you would absolutely shit your pants, wouldn't you? Because you'd be like, this dude could just kill me at any time.
You know, I think the strongest part, the thing that grabbed me the most in this season is how we started off when you said Helen, what's her name again?
The wife, Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy and her brother's character, their story and how it starts and how it ends. And it's that really crazy, shocking truth that no matter what I try to do to help this guy, he's going to fuck up my family. And I really have to put this, obviously get somebody to end his life. Even when he actually goes to the, what's her name? The lawyer, and she's having dinner, or she's sitting down with
with her daughter.
Yeah, with her daughter. Or even more crazy, when he goes to the event that they're hosting, and he fucking goes mad there.
Oh.
Yeah. Would you go on out of 5? What would you?
Out of 5. Oh, this has got to be like a 4.5 at the very least, right? It was so good, especially like that ending.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did you see that coming?
No, I was like, what are they going to do? Because I was looking at the clock, right? Because there's only like 3 minutes left. What the fuck are they going to do? Like, what's going to be the thing, right? Because obviously you're saying, are they setting Marty up? Because they're the lawyer was absolutely setting him up, right? Because she was getting a letter signed to say that he wants like federal protection. Yeah. And I think she was planning to give that to the mob, to the cartel boss, to say, look, he's trying to do the dirty on you.
Yes.
But that just came out of nowhere, right?
That smart play by them, man. Smart play by that couple. But yeah, that really did come out of nowhere because I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. So I wonder if they'll show next season that she was doing other stuff that we did not know about. And just the way they do it, it's not even like move her or anything. It was just like literally bang, right in front of them. And the fact that their faces then have like blood and stuff on it.
Yeah.
And then he just hugs them and he goes, "Welcome."
Yeah. Fucking heck, man. I really can't wait for the next season. And
it's going to be such a long wait, isn't it? They can't film and stuff at the moment.
Oh, fuck, man. I'll agree with you without doubt. At least a 4.5 stars for me as well. Thoroughly enjoyed it and couldn't wait to watch the very, very next episode every time I saw one. Right then, should we call him back on to?
So he goes, give us a thumbs up because obviously
I'm back. I was about to scream at you lot like, how long are you two gonna talk for? Jeez,
mate, it's that good,
dude. It is good.
So what'd you give it? What was the rating?
That was like 10 episodes. We've already rated it.
But I want to know.
You're gonna have to listen to our review, innit?
You're not talking the movies.
Yeah, you're gonna have to listen to the whole review, Eddie. The spoilers and everything.
After review. Talking about movies on iTunes, give 5 stars, thumbs up, review, all the goodies. All right.
By the way, we gave it a 4.5.
Oh, so
both of us agreed on that.
Yeah, both.
Okay, sounds good. I'll
see. This is going to be one. When you watch it, you'll be like, guys, you were so right. It was so right. I don't know why I bothered watching all that Lock and Key and all these other things. I should have been watching Ozark.
The thing is, I remember when you saw season 2 and how hyped you were when you saw like the whole season. How
I know I'm gonna like it, but I'm just not in the headspace for it, man. It feels too heavy for where I'm at right now.
Mate, no. Put it on. Forget about the fucking stuff that's going on in the world. This is a great escape.
If you reckon your life is bad, you get to see how crazy Marty and Wendy's life is, man. Nothing compared to yours. It'll make you feel good.
It's stressful though, man, because when I watch these things, I put myself in the place of these characters and I feel the stress and it's like, no. And the anxiety starts to build. Like, I need to warm up to that.
You know, Mo, right? I forgot to tell you this. Eddie, I'm not going to sort of say what it is, but this is how much of an impact that show had on me, that I dreamt 4 times, no word of a lie, for 2 days. For 2 days, I dreamt 3-4 times the end scene. I dreamt it. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say you dreamt about Arlene.
Hell no, man. That would fucking be a bright night there.
Just like with her and the shotgun on your nuts. We got to talk about
The Way Back.
The way back.
My father didn't like me very much, and someone told him I was good at basketball. He paid a lot more attention to me. And I realized it wasn't me that he loved. It was what I could do. I spent a lot of time hurting myself, trying to hurt my father. I never picked up a basketball again.
We need a new coach, Jack. You're the first person I thought of.
Is the team any good?
No.
In fact, the last time they made the playoffs, back when you were playing.
This the whole team? 10 kids? You want to know why they're leaving you open? It's because they don't think you could hit the ocean from the beach.
Oh, snap. Heard you're coaching basketball?
Keeps my mind off other things.
You don't decide the game. The players decide the game.
I understand you're trying to motivate the team, but we have a code of conduct.
Oh, bullshit!
I'm working on it. Work harder.
I got a feeling this team is not as bad as its record.
We have to trust each other.
We have to have faith.
I just want you to be happy again. But you kind of want it too.
Don't underestimate the impact you can have on them.
You got this. No, don't just nod. I want to hear your voice. Yes or no?
Yes, coach.
You're nervous. I get it. Truth is, They're more talented than you. Probably got a better coach. But I promise you, they are not a better team. Because they haven't been through what we've been through. They don't know adversity. They don't know what it's like to get knocked down, to have to get back up again. They don't know what it is to fight. Who are we?
We can't change the past, Jack.
Might as well keep it short because that you two went for like 15 minutes. I did a workout, got a pump going on, went to the bathroom. Like,
we gave it a proper in-depth discussion.
Yeah, so we can just breeze over the way back. But what do you think, Mo? Tom Affleck.
Right. You know what? So when we decided what film we would watch this week, when I got around on a Saturday night, I thought I'll put it on. I was like, this is going to be a really heavy, depressing film to watch on a Saturday night. Could be further from the truth, right?
It was.
It is, but it's actually really watchable because it's only like an hour and a half. It's not very long at all. It's like an hour and 40 minutes or something. And there is like, you don't watch it and think, oh my God, this is so depressing. You kind of watch this guy lift himself from that depression, even for like a brief moment, by doing something that he loved. And then the movie kind of just ends, right? And you kind of think, that's a really shitty ending. But the next day, I'm doing up my housework, I'm cleaning the floors, and I'm still thinking like about this movie. And I was like, oh, you know what? I get it now. It's not about having the happy ending. It's not about winning the basketball championships. It's about saying that no matter how much success you have in life, no matter what you do, you can't escape your demons unless you tackle them.
Yeah, he tried to drink his problems away, never really facing up to them.
Yeah.
An interesting movie choice considering where he's at or was at in his life. Now he's freaking dating, the hot chick from Blade Runner. You know, the hologram. Spanish, the Cuban chick. Yeah, Lord have mercy. Life just isn't fair for some people, man. They just fall down and they just fall on a bunch of pillows. Man. It's just not fair. But he looked like an alcoholic at the beginning of this.
He looked like an alcoholic and he looked fat, not musky in that, right?
Bloated. Yeah, he just looked bloated. His face is that bit where like he gets so drunk like in the bar, right, and he goes home with that blonde chick, and he has the accident, he goes
and
in the
then
wrong
she's
house.
like, "Go park around, go fucking hell." You know what I mean? Damn, and like going in the wrong house, so going out for a drink, getting drunk, somehow ending up in the wrong house, seeing the clusterfuck that ends up leading to.
Yeah, man, you gotta hit rock bottom. Well,
it was a good film.
The basketball stuff was nice because I haven't seen a film like that in a long time. You know, the sort of sports movies that kind of inspire you
really odd about
to win the championship. You're like you're really in there in the coach. You're with there by the side, just cheering them on like, come on, you can win it, you can win it.
Oh, you see, like when they go to like where he's swearing his mouth off, and they go like, I need to have a word with you. We have a code of conduct.
It's a Catholic school. You can't speak to the kids like that.
Yeah. As I say, so they don't really go into the basketball stuff. And the majority of the film is like him being the coach. We don't really see much basketball. Like, say if you're watching like Teen Wolf or something, they show a lot of the basketball. And what I found really interesting
go on.
What I found really interesting was there were a whole bunches of plot lines that they didn't do anything with. So, he goes to visit the father of one of his players. And he says, I think you should come to the game. It was just like, and I really like that because it's kind of like life just goes on, right? We don't always have a happy ending. Like this father had no interest.
Yeah, but he came there. He was at the end.
Was he there at the end?
Yeah, when they came out for that final game, that kid, the kid's dad, he looks up and he sees his dad walking down the stairs taking a seat.
Ah, okay. I must have blinked and missed that bit.
He's playing with them bloody cats again. What was I going to say? Yeah, you're right, though. It wasn't that much focused on it. Even I could have gone a little deeper into some of those characters on the team. But are we to believe that other sick kid was a friend that, I don't know, because it's a bit of a coincidence that what happens to his kid, and then you've got this other close friend and their kid's going through the same thing. It's so I'm guessing that they meet when they were both sick or something. Like, what's the deal with that? Wasn't really explained, was it?
Potentially, right? I guess that's how, because some kids they go through this multiple times, don't they?
Yeah.
They get better and they go remission and they get sick again. So potentially they could have met that way. It could be quite contrived, the fact that they've got another a couple friend that they go through the same thing. I mean, it could be different diseases. They don't really ever tell you what the child died of. They just help you piece those pieces together.
Yeah, I think you must have presumed it was a cancer and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it's a good movie, a good performance from Affleck. Like, he needs a movie like this to kind of get back into people actually taking him seriously, because he kind of fucked himself up.
He always gives a good performance.
Yeah, I guess not Justice League, but in serious movies, yeah. What was the one he did with Jennifer Lopez? Jilly. That weren't good. That weren't good. But no, it was good, but it did kind of put me in this downer. Like, I went to bed afterwards because it was right as I was getting ready for bed. And it was like, God, I can't go to bed now. I got to listen to like some podcast or something to lighten my mood, because I just felt so miserable after watching that, man.
Nah, I can't say I felt miserable after watching that, because I think that last scene where he's on the basketball court by himself, I think puts it all into perspective.
It should have been more miserable, in fact. Like he's on a basketball court outdoors, out overlooking the ocean with palm trees around him. What sort of miserable? What? That's too far the other way. He should have remissed. He should have broke out of the facility and gone back broke into the bar and had a liver failure or something.
And drunk himself to death.
Yeah.
You got to give the audience hope at the end.
I suppose.
Right, what would you give this then out of 5?
I'll give it 3.5.
Yeah, I think that's a fairly fair rating.
The Way Back. Worth watching. If you don't mind. A little heavy, but yeah, it's a good film. Affleck is back.
Guys, what is this on at the moment?
So I think that this is a rental at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
Just at the cinemas. So, well, let's skip the trailers. There's no big trailers to watch.
Well, I was just going to say, the only one that I'd mentioned, have you guys seen the trailer for Extraction?
Nope.
No.
Chris Hemsworth's new one, that they've done for Netflix.
The Russo brothers, isn't it?
Yeah, the Russo brothers.
Yeah, I haven't seen a trailer
Chris
for it.
Hemsworth goes to India to extract a child.
On his own? Has he got a team?
No, it's just him. The actual trailer actually doesn't look that bad. You know, like how when you saw Six Underground, you're like, I know that's going to be shit. This one, you kind of think it could go either way.
Well, the trailer looks awesome, and the film was awesome.
Hold on. So Hemsworth just basically goes to India to kidnap a kid.
So he goes to India,
no. He
eats up a load of Indian people, I guess.
Yes, that happens. So essentially,
So watch this.
Mate, when you watch it, you're kind of like, is this a Bollywood film or something? Because it is all set like in India, and you're kind of like, it's just everybody other than Hemsworth are all Indian people.
Actually, I wish Salem did see it, because then maybe we've got some Bollywood cameos in this, man. You must have. They have to cast local.
Well, do you want to give a whole pause for 2 minutes and go watch the trailer?
Should we watch the trailer and come back to this in about 3 minutes?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, we're back. I forgot to press unpause. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I got goosebumps. I'm liking it. I think it looks awesome. Looks a lot of fun. That's what I need right now. But Salem doesn't sound as
I think it was. I think it was okay. I didn't think it was as great as you're making it sound.
But if it was Vin Diesel running around saving
we're not saying it's great.
You'd be loving it. I'm there, man. This is what I need right now. It's the headspace I'm in.
Can you see what's going on here, right? Eddie likes these sort of films that have. What's that other crappy one that you saw, Underground 13?
I've been dumbed down. That's happened. I've been dumbed down. Marvel has destroyed me. I was thinking this while I was watching The Way Back. Marvel has ruined my brain. I used to always watch heavy dramas. That was my bread and butter. Now I just want to watch dumb fun. That's not Fast and Furious.
Okay, so you're kind of tilting in my direction then, Eddie. You're kind of like moving there slowly. Have I contaminated you?
I blame Marvel personally, but you're not helping.
So this, it was all right. It was okay. You could see that it's probably going to be a lot of fun, a lot of crazy action, which it clearly had. But it was just
I mean, some of that fight stuff at the beginning of the trailer looked pretty cool.
Yeah. How did you get so
I didn't see.
not brave.
I didn't see any. I didn't see any the Bollywood actors in there.
Okay. Maybe they didn't want to get beaten up by the white guy.
Yeah, that's probably why it was. Yeah. So April, right? Release date.
Yeah, I think it's like April 24th or something.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's not too far away.
Oh, that's your birthday today. It's like it landed at the right time.
No, it's not my birthday. I thought you'd know.
Yeah.
You don't know my birthday.
Yeah. Well, mine's the 12th. So when's yours then?
26. Yeah, I'm into it. Son, not so much. What is it that's just bland to you? Besides, Vin Diesel's not in it.
No, I could look. I think It was. You could see. I could see that it's like, you know, take your cap off. Yeah, no. Just
cars.
Don't expect anything and just enjoy the ride. I could see that. But for me, it was okay.
Okay.
I suppose I just have to see the film in order to sort of really sort of get behind it and give you my real thoughts on it. But
Yep.
Right, so Aquaman's Amber Heard is facing serious jail time if found guilty of falsifying evidence against Johnny Depp.
Yeah, baby. To get what you deserve. No sympathy.
So what evidence is she falsifying here?
That she got beat up by Johnny Depp. You forgot all the whole controversy from last year?
So that's not falsifying evidence, that's like lying, right? That's perjury.
Yeah, but the evidence that's being falsified is that she took pictures. And the same pictures that she put up on social media of her with with 2 black eyes and bruising on her body. Apparently somebody, a makeup artist for a film that she did, within the same week that she released those pictures, said that she had none of those. She had no bruises on her. It was all bullshit. So you got that testimony on top of the audio tape of her, you know, blatantly admitting that she beats the shit out of Johnny Depp and that he doesn't do anything.
Run with it.
I have told you what it is.
No, you haven't.
I said to Travis, I said to you, hey, tell Travis what just happened.
You told me to do it. You
Yeah.
told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just happened.
And I lied.
And that you punched me in the
You're right.
fucking thing. And you
figured
in the
it
face.
out.
And you said, no, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? And I
didn't
watched
punch
you lie. And then I
didn't punch you,
and
by
then
the way. I'm sorry that I didn't
You
hit
punched
you
me.
across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, even a lot of fights been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a closed
You
fist.
get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you.
You can't
I don't know
deck
what
me.
the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How are your toes?
What am I supposed to do? Do this?
How are your
I'm not
toes?
sitting here bitching.
She's fucked.
So hold on. So is there like a little bit of mental instability here, or beyond her just being like a bit of a psycho?
There might be that, or she might just be a very nasty person. Like, do you know what I mean? If she's lying,
narcissist.
If she's blatantly lying, then she's just not a cool person.
Yeah, it's just a
As
piece of
simple as
shit.
that.
That's what it doesn't. Don't start saying mental instability more, because then she'll get the sympathy card to say that she needs help, and then she'll get away with just having counselling.
Yeah, that's the other thing, Mo. You got to be careful with these women, and you know that better than most, right?
Yeah, but you got to think it's not a normal thing to do, right? To like basically make up like bruises, take pictures.
Unless you're a
and
narcissist, and you know that it will help your career, the public sympathy that she would get.
Yeah, some people are just douchebags, and they want to see other people drown, and they're willing to do whatever it takes. It's got nothing to do with mental illness.
Yeah, but normal people don't do that, so it's got to be a mental sort of like instability, right?
She's probably very conscious of. But
I'm not saying that to give her sympathy or anything, right? Because like, if you commit a crime, you go to jail. If you've got like mental issues, you need help, right? Otherwise, you're going to continue to keep doing the same shit.
Yeah, but if the tables were turned and it was a guy doing this, no one would be saying mental help. They'll just say he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
No one would even be.
Well, no, I think that is I think that's a very sort of like public outrage type thing, I'm very much a firm believer of like jail time doesn't really solve most issues.
Chris Brown got away with it, and he did beat the shit out of her, and nothing happened to him. Just as big as he ever was.
That's well, I mean, I can't really sort of like make excuses for every single person.
So we're not, obviously, we don't know if she's telling the truth or not, right? I mean, nothing's like.
I'm gonna plant my flag on the she's bullshitting. Did you not hear the audio of the phone call between her and Johnny?
No, I haven't heard the audio, but
I'm saying you're a piece of shit, you're weak. I'll hit you again, I'll beat the shit out of you. Like, well, I'll never do anything to you. Yeah, but I'll tell everybody you did. Like, blatantly, she just lays it out there.
Oh right.
I think she was also saying like, you always run away when we have these arguments.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And he's like, yeah.
So that's Johnny. That's Jack Sparrow's character. That's what he does. He just like runs away.
Oh, did I mention that I'm watching
she hits the fan, he just runs away.
Did I mention that I've also been watching the Pirates of the Caribbean movies?
Only the first one was a good one.
They're fun. When you watch them all together,
they're fun. Yeah. So all right, okay. So this is at the moment. What's the current situation with this story? Then is it just like
I'm not sure how the whole thing is proceeding. They probably have the whole thing on break right now because of what's happening, but she could end up facing like 5 years.
Jeez.
Yeah, man.
Jeez.
But still, Warner Brothers officially still hasn't removed her from Aquaman 2 yet, so it's a piece of shit.
Well, let's go into Mo's territory and just play with the idea that maybe she isn't mentally stable.
Okay.
So then basically she needs to be locked up in an asylum for a little while.
Yeah, why not? Straight jacket and all.
Well, hold on. When you got mental issues, doesn't mean you lock people up in an asylum. You have to give them fucking treatment.
Yeah. Well, loads of drugs. This is dribbling and can't walk and talk.
I was going to say, I can imagine your guys' sort of treatment is like fucking lobotomizer or something, right?
Even better. Bring that back. Yes, back into the eye.
Look, Mo, if you were gay, right, and you were attacking your boyfriend, okay, and then me and Eddie were like, I don't know, we were like specialists in this area. We would take you into the asylum, all right. We would drug you, we would dose you, and we would tie you up. And
but you would do that just because it's a Saturday afternoon, let alone the fact that I need to go.
I don't know where you're going with this, Marcel. I'm sounding a little kinky, and I was hoping you were going to go for it.
Every single episode,
He's like
film,
getting really into it, isn't he?
Oh, you'd make him watch.
I would say Fast and the Furious.
Clockwork Orange Star with like the metal things keeping your eyes open, make you watch all the Fast and Furious.
Listen, man, if it was a choice between watching Fast and the Furious 1 through 8 or a cyanide pill, I'd be like, how big is that pill?
Come on. But yeah.
Okay.
But this does transition right into the next story, as in DC are kind of cursed in many ways, man. This whole they just give up on it, man. Just reboot the whole thing. So Mira, piece of shit, needs to be recast, removed. But also looks like the Flash is heading down the same road. You want to read it out, Mo?
What?
So footage of Justice League's Ezra Miller choking a fan and dragging her to the ground emerges. So I haven't seen the video, but I read the article that Uz sent over yesterday.
Wait,
and it's almost like he grabs her by like the throat and says shouts nasty things at her, right?
He grabs her. It looks, if I'm honest, that first when I saw it, I figured, this all looks kind of playful. Like apparently she was a fan, and the bigger story is what you don't see, that a group of fans were just coming at him loud in a store. I think it was a store or something like that. And he decided, fuck it. You want to tussle, want to play fight with me? And he just lunges, grabs the chick by the throat, and kind of swings her down to the ground, or against the wall and into the ground. And apparently it goes further where it cuts off, but apparently the person who filmed it says that they were worried and they were saying shit and people were getting crazy, like, get off of her, stop it. And he got thrown out of the place afterwards. So even though
hold on a minute, so there's a
this is
a group of people.
Justice League Flash. graphic. He's a superhero.
He lost his
Hold
shit.
on. So there's a group of people, and he grabs the lady.
There's a group of fans. Well, you don't see him in the thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just like 2 or 3, but they say a group. But interestingly,
It could have been a group.
Is there any sort of? Sorry, Eddie. Is there any story from? I mean, is there any sort of like? Is there anything that the girl's saying? Like,
Not
what
yet.
she?
Yeah, I did say that back to Uz. It depends on what she says. But the person
She's
who
probably
filmed
rubbing
it-
her hands together now.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's again, Mo. She's probably going to do the same thing. In her mind, I just got to meet a celebrity, but now she's going to think I can make some money. Does she need mental help?
Absolutely, that could well be it. I think the thing here is...
Hold on. When this video was released, and it all started to go viral on Sunday, the director, the one who was going to direct Flash but stepped away, he tweeted out, creative differences, alluding to most people thinking that it was him and Ezra were knocking heads, and this kind of shows that.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he's a bit of a piece of shit.
Could be.
So he's fairly young though, Ezra Miller, right?
He's 27, I think. 28, 27. Yeah.
So you got to think, like, living in like Hollywood, Beverly Hills, all that, right? Actors are probably going into places where normal people hang out all the time, are probably getting heckled all the time. This probably happens quite often. And most people will probably just control themselves in that situation, right? Because the minute you touch someone, someone's going to have video footage of it and you are going to be fucked.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is...
he got baited. He's obviously got anger issues.
Exactly. And
but Mo would say maybe he's not mentally stable.
No, he
so
needs
like
help.
he also needs to be added to the mental
Well, I
asylum.
just said he's got like anger issues, right? If you can't control yourself,
you're joining cell.
if there are 3 people standing there and like saying shit to you, and you literally cannot walk by them, you have to grab a woman by the throat. Then I would say, yeah, you probably have got some mental issues.
God.
So, yeah.
Well, sometimes people just, they don't have mental issues, just sometimes, like, the ego, they get the better of them and they snap. They just snap.
Pieces of shit.
No,
like,
a normal person would just, like, in through one ear, out the other, and you just walk off.
We're all kind of a bit crazy.
Listen. Oh, no, wait. If you and I do that in the street, right, that's one thing. No one's going to take video footage of us and put it on the internet and say, look at Mo from the Talking at the Movies, look at what a piece of shit he is.
Have you never watched
do
World Star
that
Hip
if you're
Hop, Mo? World Star Hip Hop's a whole website of just regular people starting fights in all sorts of crazy places.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But you got to go to that website to see it. Ezra Miller does it. That fucking website comes to me.
So, yeah, there are calls now for him to be removed from Flash, which I think they keep pushing back.
Which is never going to get made anyway.
Yeah, they kept pushing back the shooting date. I can't
That's
remember.
been in production. That's been in production longer than we've been doing this show, right?
Yeah, I don't know whether it was supposed to add a new director. I don't know whether it was supposed to start this year or next year, but God knows, probably never know.
So here's my question now. Right?
One last thing.
So Eddie,
one last thing.
Go
on. People have started a campaign to say they want the Flash from the TV show to take his place.
You know what? That's not that bad an idea, right? At this point.
Well, now, after the 2 crossed over in that episode on Crisis on Infinite Earth, you could kind of there's an out there because you've shown that it's a multiverse that they do kind of exist together. You could get away with it.
So here's my thing now, right? Like, first of all, this guy, if he by doing this, he may have just fucked up his whole career. Like, landed one of the most awesomest roles out there, right? Yeah, playing the Flash, right? And maybe just fucked up his whole career. But here's the other thing, Eddie, the way you started this whole thing off, this whole project, everything to do with DC just seems a bit doomed, all right? They're not going to can it because there's money involved. But like with all these people, like, what would you want them to can the whole thing? Is that what you're saying? Just like end it?
Just start again.
Are you like that disappointed as a fan?
I haven't been a fan since BVS, man. But just start again. It's a mess. Start again. I guess all
Like,
they've got.
recast everyone?
The problem is Wonder Woman's a success, and we got the new one coming out, and Aquaman was just, so those two things they're holding on to. You've already got a new Batman that's in a whole different, time frame, different age, everything. So I don't know. It's a clusterfuck now. Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess.
Those two movies aren't connected, are they? Aquaman and Wonder Woman.
Not
no,
beyond,
but they're in the same.
Yeah, because the same actors that were in Justice League together, so it's still.
Yeah, I thought they kind of just decided, you know what, these films aren't going to be connected anymore. The whole lot.
Not in the story of a villain crossing over or anything, but still, if you, they're never going to get it right.
Okay, cool.
Give up. Well,
right, so Quentin Tarantino wanted to make a Luke Cage movie with Lawrence Fishburne after Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, we almost got a Marvel movie.
That would have been
directed by.
That would have been the right time, right? That was the time when no one wanted to make superhero movies.
Yeah, like, what?
Yeah, that was the time they were giving the rights away.
Yeah, this is mid-90s, right before Reservoir.
So this would have been after
Reservoir
Batman.
Dogs, before Pulp Fiction, because that's what he did.
Yes.
That's what he ended up doing instead of this, because his friends talked him out of doing it.
So Luke Cage, as in the Luke Cage that is on Netflix.
Yeah. So this would have been mid-90s.
I reckon he would have done a really good job with that.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, right?
Would have based it in the 70s.
If you look at and he knows how to do like blaxploitation, right? You look at like Jackie Brown, you look at Django Unchained.
That's what it would be like. It would have been like Jackie Brown with superpowers, people punching through walls. It's a shame, man. Damn his friends.
Oh, and his friends talked him out of that.
Yeah, because that was it. He wanted to have Lawrence Fishburne, and his friends were like, "What do you mean? He's just a skinny dude. He ain't in the shape to be Luke Cage." What's his name? Black action star in the 80s, 90s.
In the 90s,
There's only one.
Denzel Washington.
No, action star.
Samuel L. Jackson.
You're talking about Wesley Snipes.
There we go, Wesley. They were saying, get Wesley. He looks like a superhero. That's what you need. And he was like, nah, man, because Lawrence Fishburne, he is the Black Olivier. He can act. But by that point, he was already soured on the whole thing of doing it, and then he ended up doing Pulp Fiction instead. This is his words. Literally, Pulp Fiction replaced doing Luke Cage. Damn.
Mm-hmm. That's all his words.
Stop listening to his fucking friends, man. But actually, no, because Pulp Fiction is like my favorite film ever.
Yeah, but we got, that's what I was going to say next, but we got Pulp Fiction instead.
Yeah, it's like my favorite film
ever.
Can
you imagine if he had made that, the whole landscape for superhero movies would be totally different today.
Oh.
Yep, good point.
No.
Right? Because up until that point, the most serious movie we'd had was Superman, and we just had like the two Tim Burton Batmans. And nobody else was making like superhero films, right? They still weren't a thing. Later in that decade, Jim Cameron spent years in court with Sony trying to get the rights to do Spider-Man, which we obviously know he never got. So there was this huge gap in the market, right? We could have had a proper R-rated Luke Cage, like done from a proper passionate fan.
The alternate universe.
People would have been like buying up the rights to like superhero movies left, right, and center after that.
MCU probably would never have happened. Whole different.
Yeah, and even with the Netflix stuff, maybe we definitely wouldn't have seen this version of Luke Cage that we got.
No.
The Netflix version was terrible, though.
Yeah.
But you liked it, though, didn't you?
Started out okay, but yeah, it just kind of fell apart a bit.
I would like to see him do a superhero movie.
He's
his spin on it.
It almost sounds like he's retired now, right? Because I've seen he's obviously just had a child.
Yeah.
And it almost looks like people are saying, well, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood be his last film.
No, I think he's supposed to in his little 10 and then I'm done. I think he has one
He's supposed to do 10, but he's like, he's almost 60 now. He's got a child, world's in lockdown.
Yeah, but Mo, they all say the same, don't they? They all say, "Yeah, that's my last movie. Ain't gonna do another one." Or you know what?
No, not that. So I'm not saying he's saying that. Yeah.
Anyone would stick to it. Quentin's the one to stick to it, man. He doesn't rush out films. He never does anything that's not his, and you know.
You say that, but there's always one more. There's always that. Let me just do one more.
He said though he's still gonna write. He'll just write for other people. Like he just won't direct stuff. He might still write scripts. He's gonna do telly as well. So
yeah, I'd imagine he will do like a Netflix style show or something, right? Where he's like the showrunner, he has control. He doesn't necessarily have to direct, but he can write and have total control over the show.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I've got. So once I finish the Star Trek movies, I'm going to do the Mission Impossible, and then I think I'm going to do the Tarantino films.
Oh, I did Mission Impossible recently. That's fun. Even though number 2, man, that's a John Woo, man, nearly shit the bed on that one, or did shit the bed, but fine.
Can you completely skip number 2?
Yes.
Or does it link to like the bigger story?
No,
Mo, that's not fair. You gotta, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do all of them. You can't
is
just
more
because
fun
one
if you
shit.
do them. For the review.
Yeah, I have to. Because I bought like the 4K box set like a few months ago. So like all these things that I bought like over the course of the last year or so are all coming in really handy now.
If you watch them all, when are you going to do it?
Yeah. I've got one more classic Trek movie to watch. I'm only doing that we're doing the classic cast, and then I'll start the Mission Impossibles.
Well, let me know when you do it. I'll jump back into Mission Impossible, watch them all again, and we can do like a Zoom or something, do a review for the YouTube. Got to do content for the channel.
I don't know about that because, like, if you do the Zoom thing, you are you're not concentrating on the film, are you? Like, this is the first time I haven't seen the first film since I think I watched it in the cinema.
So yeah, you're gonna watch them. I'm saying
that's how long.
You watch them and then we review them.
Yeah. Oh right. Oh okay. Right. Oh, do a Zoom review type thing.
Yeah. A retrospective.
Oh yeah.
Mission Impossible series.
Yeah. Oh, fuck me. We could do that on loads of films.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Too late. Sadly, too late for do it on the Star Trek films, though. It got ahead of us, though.
Don't worry.
I won't have to watch those.
Don't worry. Go watch them all now, Eddie, like tonight. Start right now. You'll be done by, like,
you
breakfast.
To do a review. You'd forget.
Anyway, next story. So this one just popped up today. So, do you remember Space Force with Steve Carell?
Steve?
So, you know Steve Carell from The Office, the 40-year-old virgin,
Steve
Anchorman?
Cavell. It's not Carell, it's Cavell. Cavill.
Yeah.
Cavell? Shit, now even I don't know his name. You fucked it up so bad. I don't even know his name. Carell, that's it.
Steve Carell.
You're saying Carell.
Carell, all the same thing, mate. Just depends which side of the pond you grow up on, right? Obviously, last year we spoke about he's doing a new Netflix comedy called Space Force. That is launching May 29th. New content coming still in the coronavirus. So they announced Lisa Kudrow apparently is joining the cast. I don't know how they announced that today. There's no filming happening. Maybe they've just like been staggering that stuff. But I haven't seen any trailers for this, but I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be live action. Did you say
live action? Oh yeah, live action.
It's gonna be fun.
I'd imagine it's got the same producer that did The Office, so I'm suspecting it's going to be like that mockumentary style show.
That'd be funny.
Which could just be so. There could be so much potential to be so funny. It's all just going wrong.
What's the chances that during the show it's going to be revealed that there's either a Chinese or a Russian alternative also that they're going to end up bumping into and having issues with? Yeah, this will be fun.
Yeah, really looking forward to that one. Yeah. Coming May 29th. So we've got a bit of a wait, but at least we know, at least up until like June, there is still new content flowing on Netflix.
Yeah, they're not slowing down, so they must have really a ton of shit in the bank because they don't seem to be concerned.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, not slowing down at all. So we got the corona effect, right? So Bob Iger hints that more non-blockbuster Disney movies would head straight to Disney due to COVID-19.
Yeah, so not really a big story because we kind of touched on this last week, but I guess it's kind of on that whole big film, safe for the cinema, little films that just stick out on the streaming service.
So what's the one that's coming soon? They're talking. Is it Artemis Fowler or something?
Fowl, yeah, that was one that was going to be a cinema release that they've decided, they'll just plus it.
Can't be asked.
Yeah,
just Disney Plus it.
And I think there's a few
I
they're
guess
going
that's
back on.
sensible.
They're saying that a few of they haven't named what it's going to be, but they say a bunch of their stuff that they had originally planned for cinema releases are now going to be. So that maybe Antlers, could be Mutants, haven't said, but that could be in there. But the big thing's still cinema, like, you know, the Marvel stuff and whatever.
Yeah, I suppose this makes sense for these guys, doesn't it? Disney Plus. For Disney, it makes sense to actually just throw them up, because when you got Netflix with, like you just said, with just like endless content just being pushed out. We've got a Disney Plus account downstairs. Eddie, you've got one, and we're still yet to see, like, be wowed by it. So why not, with all this content that's been lying around? That is just lying around at the moment.
Well,
so just how much stuff have you guys watched on Disney Plus?
Well, like I was saying,
I
watched the Pirates films.
Oh, right. Oh, that's why you're watching them.
I did watch the first two Iron Mans. I did go back into them. Like, I've watched a bunch of stuff. X-Men. Like I said. So there's a few little bits I want to jump into.
The only thing I'm watching is the National Geographical stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not even watching like them. Yeah.
They didn't put a lot on there though, which I'm surprised. There's so much, because how long's National Geographic been around? Decades. All those TV programs.
Yeah, that's another thing.
So there's a lot that they could put on there that they're just holding back on doing.
I don't know if they're being held back or whether it's locked up in rights and distribution elsewhere. Because imagine there is a National Geographic TV channel.
Yeah, that'll be all melted in. But how bad? Like, it's not even that bad, because compared to what Apple Plus, this is like this is a massive library compared to that, because that's got nothing.
Well, the other thing is
they dropped that film though, The Banker.
What, on Disney Plus?
No, on Apple Plus. It's got Apple Plus. Yeah, so they've dropped that Samuel L. Jackson movie, The Banker. So I might check that out actually.
Does anyone? Do you guys even care about Disney? I mean, the Apple sort of streaming service.
No, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Is there anything even on there?
That's what I'm saying.
Not at all. I haven't gone back and watched that Mythical Quest or whatever it was. Remember we watched the first episode together.
Yeah. I
haven't watched. They launched the new, Spielberg's Amazing Stories. I haven't watched any of those. No one's even talking about these things.
Oh, that's what I was saying. As little as you think that there's on Disney Plus compared to Apple, Disney Plus is Netflix level. There's a ton of shit compared to that.
Yeah, so I think the difference there, Disney Plus is getting lots of social media interactions, right? Whereas, like, before Apple Plus launched, all the fanboys were like, oh, loads of people be watching it because everyone's getting it for free. And, you try to explain to them that doesn't really work out to people actually watching it just because they're getting it for free.
Yeah, well, Disney's done good because of Mandalorian. That was a big social thing that people were talking about, regardless of whether it was good or not. People talking about it. And plus, now that with kids at home, everyone's watching all the kid shows.
Have you finished watching The Mandalorian?
Yes.
You lying, Eddie?
No, I watched it. I can't remember how it ended though, but I did watch it. I did.
Is it a case of just when it comes down to the Apple stuff, right, that they're just not promoting it anywhere? It's like the marketing for it is really crap. It's like I hardly see anything when it comes down to social media. I'm like not seeing much.
Because they've got
even with people with iPhones, right? They don't like. That's the other crazy thing. I know so many people with iPhones, and they don't even know that they could just basically get this for free for a year.
The thing is, they've got nothing that's drawing people in. They don't have that big. I think they hoped that C would be that show, which did get promoted. I saw it on buses and stuff, but it's just they haven't got. No.
So there's that, and there's the limited support, right? So it's not on all TVs, it's not on all streaming, it's not even on Android, right? It's just it's like half the world's phones, or I say 3/4 of the world's phones can't even access it. My TV, it's 1 year too old, so the newer versions get it. Yet Disney Plus came on mine. Do you know what I mean? So they're really not even making the app widely available.
Mm. Yeah, it's really, really shitty marketing.
Yeah.
We could do a better job.
They did it too soon, man. Should have waited till they either had more content or bought up some other thing like Fox or something that could have helped them get that little bit of a boost.
But I bet you, even if they had that right, their marketing would be still really crap. Because, like, people should know about it. People should be watching. Most people don't know about it. That's the crazy thing. And, you know, like, see, there was one or two. So even the M. Night Shyamalan TV show that we thought, hey, that looks actually pretty good. Like, just has kind of just disappeared. Yeah.
Keeper or something. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
All right.
Right, one final story. I thought you guys will probably appreciate this. But police in Crowley, Louisiana have had to issue an apology for using the siren that is heard in The Purge to signal the 9 p.m. local time curfew that has been put into effect for the city because of coronavirus outbreak.
Why?
Can you imagine that at 9 o'clock, just hearing... so apparently this particular city, this area has had the worst outbreak of coronavirus, like in the area. So there's an actual curfew, so everyone's got to be inside by 9 o'clock.
No, I get that, but why? Why are they apologizing for using that siren? It's just the air raid siren. It's the air raid siren. We've had them. They didn't invent it. It wasn't invented in the freaking Purge movies. Like, what's the apologize?
Can you imagine, like, people here, like people who are well? I mean, you've seen in the last couple of weeks, people in America. I'm not saying this of all Americans. There seems to be a lot of really unstable, unhinged, not set in reality people. Can you imagine they've heard this and suddenly thought they're in The Purge?
Right, yeah, that's a very, very good point. I think, like, honestly, like, I could actually imagine people listening to that and just thinking to themselves, you know what? It's time to go axes out and go out fucking shooting
axes? You mean the machine guns?
Yeah, well, they're supposed to shoot people, axes, machine guns, whatever, like, you know, whatever your choice of weapon.
Apparently, so I think they're complaining, because according to this article, apparently they had to put out 2 statements because they got so many complaints about it.
That's just it's you know what it. You should know what it is. You're living on the rock if you don't. And like, it's a siren. Yeah. You're gonna take notice. It has to be something loud that you know. Time for Westworld. Let's do it.
Westworld, Season 3, Episode 3.
4?
Yeah. This is Episode 3, wasn't it?
Episode 4.
No, it was Episode 3, wasn't it?
Episode 4. Last week.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure now. I don't want to be wrong.
No.
It's Episode 4. Episode 3, we had the first one, which was in the future. The second one was the Second World War one, and then the third one was the one last week that we were just drooling over.
Yeah, you might be right, actually.
Yeah, and now this is this one. Okay, so
let's have a look. Oh yes. Episode 4 was on the 5th of April.
Yes.
So okay, so I just want to know, Mo, are you getting into this now because you're the one who's been like kind of just having a difficult time with this?
There were some very, very good moments in this show, in this episode. It is now starting to kind of like form the formations of a story. I'm not entirely sure about the ending, right? Because that just seems so fucking like bizarre.
Remind me,
but
what's
the stuff. So at the ending, like all the synthetics are all Dolores.
I thought we were going to get like a big mystery, like Battlestar Galactica, about who are the Cylons. You know, I thought it was going to be who are the 5 people that she redid, but
they're all her.
There is still that guess because we don't know who the other. I think we know 3. We got the Irish guy.
Well, you say that, but then
so there's still
those ones we don't know. But she does say that if you want a job done, you do it yourself.
Yeah,
that's a very clear line to say that like I'm doing this by myself and that's it because I don't trust anyone else.
Yeah, well, actually, the mixed race chick that ain't her because that's supposed to be the original woman that from the park, so that's not Dolores. So yeah, we still don't know how many other people she's copied. So there's still that mystery, I guess. But I like that. I kind of like that. It makes sense, though,
that I like that as well.
That you were cloning yourself. Because it's true. You want to get something done right. You don't rely on other personalities that you got to convince. You just do it yourself.
Yeah, and at least those personalities can't then backstab you or be like, there's something else in it for them by somebody else telling them, hey, if you do this for me and backstab that person, then great, we could form a partnership.
That's what you say now. I bet you 2 to 3 episodes from now that will happen.
Well,
because how many movies have you watched where someone's cloned themselves and they realise they can't stand themselves?
Well, you never know. She might be the one that betrays you because she ends up falls in love with Jesse Pinkman or something.
There you go. I thought the party bit in the middle. I want to go to that type of party, but I obviously don't have that sort of money. But the music in that sequence was exquisite.
You know what that tune
I even
was?
Shazammed it.
It's The Weeknd.
It's on.
It's an operatic version of the Weeknd song. I forget what it is. What the actual title was.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because the title of the actual song is called "Wicked Game."
Yeah, definitely version. I saw.
So if you Shazam it, it actually brings that up because it's part of like the soundtrack.
Yeah, but it was
because normally, like in the first
version of an actual song. The Weeknd song.
Okay, send me that song because in the first season they did that loads with like Paint It Black and other like Rolling Stone songs.
Yeah, they would just do that operated version.
So
yeah, it is.
What about you, Ed?
Wicked, yeah, it is. That's his song. Weeknd's Wicked Games from Westworld. So yeah, it's true.
How did you find it?
Yeah, I loved it.
I was going to say
especially that little fight at the party as well, that Herb and the Lester Hemsworth.
Yeah, that was a very, very good fight. The one thing I will say I do like about this show is that Sandy Newton's character just goes around like she does not give a fuck.
Yeah, she's like a Terminator in a way. Just cold.
Yeah, almost like like the way she's casually talking to the mortician, and that guy goes to like get his gun, and she just shoots him while she's still talking to her.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Sandy Newton. I was thinking Dolores still. Dolores is more like a Terminator in a way, but no, you're right. She's kind of like the other side of the coin. There is similarities between the two of them, but Fanny's got a bit more sass to it.
Yeah.
That
and then she goes on to take on the entire Yakuza.
Yeah, that Yakuza stuff was funny. I did like that.
I do like their fight scene styles, that they throw in. Like, it's not like super over the top.
Yeah.
It's not even like, but it's nice to see this sort of very gentle style of fighting, and especially when she's like taking on like you guys said, the Yakuza, or even when Dolores is taking on that other dude. Like, it's a proper kickboxing fight. That's what that felt
they
to
keep
me.
it grounded to a degree. They don't go too crazy with like flips and stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad that there's none of this MMA, like arm bar lock and all that. Like the way they stylize it, I like it. I think it's cool.
And I also like the bit, like how you're saying Dolores comes across as the Terminator. So they make Bernard look almost like he's incompetent, right? So they grab that guy and he's pressing the button, like, damn it, why isn't this working?
He does seem to be getting dumber as the show goes on. Like the intelligence that he had in season 1, he was just this. Yeah. Now he's just a bit of an idiot.
But is it? Would you say that's it, or would you just say that he's more just becoming freaked out by everything, so he's just kind of losing it? Because that's how I see it. I do agree with that whole becoming a bit dumb, but
I think
his personality just seems like he's just scared now.
I think his personality is more about he needs order, which he had when he was in the park, and being out in the free world, he's out of his element from where he fits. So he's a bit everything's a bit too much. It was
and that scene where they go to the bank to do the transfer the money.
Yeah.
Like character.
I do
nice
like that.
little like.
I do like that concept of having like in your blood. There's these. How did they describe it?
So it was like an encryption key, right?
Yeah, that's in your blood. It's then the text. That's a good way, but it's weird that it would stay for so long as it was when she injected it into his arm. You'd think it would have just circulated away really quick, but it's a good concept.
Well, when you're writing a plot, you can do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, there is that as well.
Yeah.
Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah. So this show is not disappointing me in any way whatsoever. Every episode that I see it's just picking up, and I'm looking forward to where it's gonna go. And you know the whole thing we started off, Mo, and I can see that how quite a lot of people probably think, oh, well, she's cloned herself. But I personally like that whole idea that she just doesn't trust anyone except for herself, and that's why she wants the job done, do it herself, and that's the way it's going to be.
You think of seeing the Man in Black back again? Completely lost his shit.
I have to believe we must do, right? Because I guess he must have some bigger part to play in this, because he played such a huge part in the first couple of seasons. I did think, and if we don't, we at least see like a good closure to his arc, because essentially he started off in the park because he was obsessed with Dolores, and then over the years he just basically fell out of love with her, but just tortured her essentially, right?
Yeah,
raped her, beat her, all this sort of stuff.
Personally, I'm kind of happy for this to be the end of him, but I wonder
Yeah,
what it is.
I don't think. Go on, Eddie.
I was going to say, I wonder what it is they injected into his neck that made him hallucinate Dolores.
I'm assuming they injected the image of Dolores, right? Because, like, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm still connected.
Yeah.
I think someone's just dropped off.
No,
Ed,
we're still
you
here.
there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I want to call him back.
Well, it's saying reconnecting. Looks like he's...
Who's it reconnecting? You guys can't hear me?
It's his amazing 4G network.
These two are cussing me. They can't hear me, and I'm listening to them. Fuckers. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah.
You're back.
Yeah, I could.
Oh,
Salem's gone.
Salem's just dropped off now.
Yeah, I could hear you two while you were talking. Cussing my 4G, you bastards. It's like being a ghost in a room. Where the hell is he on my... There he is. Come back, Salem. Come back.
Yeah.
Yep, you're back. Good.
Hey.
So,
so Mo, you were talking about if he's being obviously the image of Dolores has been projected.
Oh yeah. So when you say that you wonder what he got pricked with, I just assumed they pricked him, and then that's why he could see Dolores, right? They've injected something into him, so he's been now.
Oh yeah, I thought it was just
by her memory, or
I figured it was more just an hallucinogen, just to help with him appearing crazy while he's locked up, so they don't let him out. But it could be something specific.
Oh, he was already crazy.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't see this character coming back. Not for this season, anyway.
Yeah. Isn't this the last season?
It's pretty cold the way they fucked with him there.
Yeah, but he kind of deserves it. He kind of deserves it, though. I can't say he don't. Yeah, I'm wondering, wasn't this the last one, or was they talking that there was going to be another? I thought they were wrapping this up.
Well, I've no idea.
I'll be checking that. Maybe not.
But if they are, it does actually. Okay, well, that's a fair point then, because it does actually seem like they're wrapping it up quick. Then this may actually be the last season, because they've obviously just killed off.
It's a shorter season, from what I understand.
How short? Let's wonder.
So 8 episodes are listed on IMDb.
Last weekend returns, April Sunday for I anticipate the third season, summer series. No, I don't. No, that's not last season. There's no word here on it being the last. Oh, God, HBO spending so much money on this, though, man. They have not held back on this budget at all. Hope, but there is the audience watching this to justify this. I just don't want them to suddenly cut it and then we have season 4 in a forest or a barn or something.
But then, you would have thought that they've already invested,
not like this though.
2 other seasons. If it wasn't making its money, if it wasn't making its money back, then they would have they wouldn't have continued with season 3. But I know what you mean. This budget seems way higher because the other ones were in the park.
But yeah, thumbs up, loving it. I'm weird. I don't know where to feel about Dolores. Should I hate her or should I like her? Like, is she justified in her quest?
Just like her.
But then at the same time,
she's essentially she's doing what she used to do to it's the survival of her race, right?
That's what it is. She's
but it's like fuck everybody else on the way.
Well, I mean, I guess Jesse's the first human person she's going to get to know properly, right?
Yeah.
That's outside the confines of the park.
True.
So she may come to see him as like, no, actually humanity can do good. They can be trusted. Or maybe in the end, Dolores will just fuck him over and kill him.
He is totally just
I
gone.
don't think that's in Dolores' character. Not for Jesse. Because that act of kindness or mercy or just like helping her, she's gonna die. And for him, for what he did, and for her to reach out again. Actually, then again, we don't know what Dolores is like.
That's
Dolores
what I'm
can
saying.
just turn
Just
into
don't
like
know.
a
Yeah, no,
couple-
I don't know. I don't think she would just kill him for the fun of it. I think something will happen, and they'll end up on the opposite side of
So she becomes the monster, basically.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. All right,
And
okay.
maybe
She
he
thinks
has to
she's
be the
doing
one
good,
to
but
take her down. Maybe he has to kill her. I'm sorry,
Yeah, but
Dolores.
that'd be too cliche, and like, you know what I mean? It's
It
like,
would, but you
yeah,
never know. You never know.
it's that perfect love story. I'm gonna kill you, no, please, you have to do it.
What about the bit at the beginning where that guy is torturing the other guy when he puts the glasses on him and basically shows him what could happen to his family?
Yeah, that's a good way to talk to someone. Just show
And
them
then
an alternate
Yeah.
future of your
And then
family.
kill him anyway.
I know he's cold. Please. So bad. Is that we got any letters, Mo?
So we did get a DM from Akila, and she says, "Hi guys,
where you been?
I haven't been in the mood to listen to any podcast for quite some time, thanks to the burnout mode I was in. Just recently started listening to podcasts again to take my mind off the recent events happening around the globe, and I must say it's like a breath of fresh air. Not literally, but still hope you guys and your family are safe. Take care."
We're good. Thank you for
How
asking.
nice. How nice for someone to check in on us.
We're getting by. Actually, speaking of which, how's your mum doing, Mo?
Yeah, she's all right. I probably speak to her like every couple of days at the moment just to make sure like she's all right and stuff. I think I had a quick chat with her the other day because they go like still in Pakistan they're underreporting the death rate, and she seems to think they're doing a really good job there, and I go, Mum, they're lying to you. You know that, right? I go, the only thing you need to know is you just need to stay inside, don't go out, get your shopping and stuff delivered in, and just grin and bear it.
That's what scares me. Is the people who they go along with the lie, like they believe it. That's what worries me.
Listen, not only that, but she goes to me, the Americans have done this. And I go, what do you mean? She goes, the Americans wanted to kill the Chinese. And I go, Mum, the Americans didn't do this. I go, look how many of their own people they're killing. And she goes, oh yeah, this is a mistake. They never meant for that to happen.
Dude, I've had the same conversation with my mum. Like, she's recently discovered conspiracies like a year or two ago, and she's all in it now. It's the Americans' fault. This is all for 5G satellites that they're putting everywhere. She sends me mad videos that they're putting up.
Oh my God, the 5G stuff. What? What the fuck? How dumb? How dumb are some people?
This is it, right? It's that. Yeah, that's it, Eddie. People just want something to believe in. Sometimes it could be so ridiculous, right?
But it's like, you've got science. People who can prove stuff, they show you. But they want to believe, like David Icke, who's like an ex-footballer, who fucking knows all about 5G killing shit. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, you would rather listen to an ex-footballer than like a scientist.
Look, it's as simple as, right, don't get me wrong, right, this stuff does entertain me when I hear people talking about things such as 5G,
it doesn't.
right? But
it makes my blood boil.
Mate, if you saw the amount of messages that are in my room that Max is sending me about all this conspiracy theory stuff, I've got to a point where I don't even open the room no more. I don't even open his messages. Because I know how crazy they're going to be.
Yeah, Mom says
but like,
don't even watch it.
I just say, just take it, pinch of salt. That's all you got. Just understand there's shit happening in the world, and just keep your immune system high, and just go with that.
I can't, man, because when people send me stuff like that, I have to call them out. I have to tell them that they're being dumb shit.
Can't, because I know the conversation it's going to lead to, man. It's just like, I ain't got the energy for
Oh, no, absolutely. I know what happened. I did this to like a workmate the other day. And I was just like, I can't be around people that are that stupid.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
well,
yes.
some of the stuff that some of the conversations that I'm having with my sister, and I'm saying, really, are you really gonna how? Just think for yourself. Just don't be entertained by what everybody else is doing. Think for yourself.
Yeah, people want something to blame. They can't just accept that it's just this random thing that's happened. Even though you can blame wet markets in Wuhan, China, but besides that, they want some bigger conspiracy, like someone planned this. It must have been. It was in the lab. Someone concocted it and then let it out.
I heard one. I heard one today where my sister was speaking to somebody, and then she said to me, she goes, so and so person was saying that Prince Charles and Boris Johnson are faking it. They're faking it. I'm like, what? She goes, they're faking it because have they recovered so quickly? I'm like,
they haven't. Fucking Boris Johnson's in fucking hospital.
Yeah.
I'm fully expecting them to announce that he's fucking dead in a few days because he's gone from like. Honestly, I really. Yeah, but like this. Do you remember that Chinese doctor, the one who originally raised the alarm about this, and then he got sick, and then like he got better, and he was tweeting from his bed, "I'm feeling better, I'm in high spirits." 2 days later, dude was dead.
Dude, ain't nothing. I'm hearing because we know that they're trying to bullshitting their numbers. I was watching this report.
Fucking they are.
This report was saying that in China they went to one crematorium. Usually they deal with maybe 100 in a week bodies that they have to hand out to families. This time they're over 1,000 in a week, and they're only one of many crematoriums. And these are numbers which aren't anywhere near what are getting reported. 1,000 in a week when they usually just do 100. That shows you that so many more people.
This is happening right now, even at the moment.
Yeah.
And today, they said today was the first day that they've had no deaths from coronavirus, right?
Bullshit.
That's bullshit. You know they are lying. They are lying motherfuckers. If you look at New York, they even came out and said that usually on an average day, they get between 25 and 30 people die just in their apartments. They go, that has increased by almost tenfold at the moment. And these people aren't being included in the numbers. So imagine like 300 to 400 people are just dying in their homes in New York at the moment.
They got it bad. Well, so is that the end of the message, Mo? From
that is the end of the message. So thank you for checking in on us. We're all safe and sound for the time being.
Cheers, dude.
So where can I find us, Mo?
Folks, so if you want to email us, we are at talking at the move. No, we're not. We're at TATM podcast@gmail.com. Tell us how your corona survival is happening. What are you watching? What's it like in your part of the world? Give us a bit of an insight. If you want to tweet us, we're at Talking Movies 3. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, we're Talking at the Movies.
That's right. Guys, you want to listen to our stream on a video? Even though you don't actually see us physically, but you may do in the future. Go check out our Voltron Network YouTube page, which has this podcast and also DC versus Marvel podcast. Check that one out as well. I'm on there. And pretty much that's it. So, got anything you want to say to people? A parting message?
Unfortunately, my heart is the message from the heart is I want to hold you all in pillows right next to me in my bed without thinking that you all have coronavirus stuff. So,
dude, when it's over, I'm going to the club, man. I don't usually do the club. I'm a grown up. I don't really bother with that.
Bro,
I'm going to a bar. I'm going to not a club, a bar. I'm going to a bar. I'm having mindless.
Fucking cinema. That's where you normally go anyway.
You know what's the really sad thing? I go, like, when the lockdown's over, you know what I'll be doing still? Staying at home. This is just like a regular week. Just I get to work from home every day.
From me, Reese.
From your boy Salem.
And from Mo.
See you guys next week. Stay safe.
Peace.
See you, folks.